Hey y'all. Welcome to the live. It's evening time, and yes, I promised that I would be on here in the evening since I haven't been on too much during the day this week. I've been running a lot of errands and doing a lot of things during the daytime, so I figured I'll come on for a few this evening. So we're talking about women who take my advice are seeing results. Yes, I get so many ladies sharing their their stories with me, and I just want to say I'm so glad that you are getting exactly what you want, and that your dating life is great, and that you're seeing the results. So thank you for letting me know. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. I think a lot of dusties are actually mad at that, though, that y'all are actually seeing success because of the advice. So I'm sorry if y'all, some of y'all repost my stuff on social media, and there's a dust storm in the comments sometimes when you repost me, and I still appreciate you reposting me or just sharing my information. But y'all know what comes with that territory, the dust storm. And so for y'all withstanding the dust storm, it makes you even better, stronger, and smarter. So don't let dust deter you this holiday season from getting your bag and his, okay? Not the Dusty's bag, but some other willing participant that actually has a bag to be gotten. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, women, definitely this time of year, so many of you are writing me, oh, my Dusty dumped me, my Dusty broke up with me. Duh, it's close to Christmas time. He ain't got no money. All right? So that's why you shouldn't date Dust. Only date serious guys that have serious bags, okay? Do y'all like my holiday decor? If y'all want to see my holiday vlog, it's the first link in my description bar. And we are in the holiday season, so we're being a little bit festive. I have my little peppermint stirring stick and my decaf coffee because it's too late to be drinking caffeine. So, yes, I am an antique person, a vintage antique person. I love antiques. And that's another really good place that you can find men with money. High-end vintage antique shops and auctions. Okay. So don't sleep on those antiques, y'all. Okay. Don't sleep on the antiques. Some of y'all have Roblox looking furniture in your house with no character. Remember, all the old men with the money are auctioning or buying antiques at high-end antique places or auctions. Okay. Artwork and everything else. So y'all get into it. All right. I know y'all are young, but y'all will learn. Okay, that IKEA furniture and that square Roblox furniture is not it. Uh, sprinkle, sprinkle. In my opinion, you know. You said just follow the Hallmark Christmas movie. Yeah, I don't like. People always like tell me, "Oh, well, your furniture." I love antiques, darling. I have furniture passed down from my grandmother who got it from the Victorian era. I have a lot of stuff that's worth a lot of money, antique wise, anyway. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Nobody wants that Roblox IKEA furniture. Anyway, I'm doing great. How are y'all? So thank y'all so much. Oh, okay, Sammy. Shout out to Shira. She got me back on my game. I am a widow of a Dusty. Never again will I settle, period. Yes, ding dong. Never mind, I was insensitive. I was finna saying the dust is dead, but I take it back. Well, I'm glad that you survived that dusty situation and you are the sole survivor. Um, welcome back to the channel, and we will not be repeating that mistake. ever again. Okay, let the dust, ashes to ashes, the dust to dust, literally. Okay, next. Never, 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 never. And sometimes, sometimes it's sad when you have to celebrate someone's end because they were such a terrible person. Not saying that he was terrible, but Dust is terrible. Dusty situations. Okay. You got dates lined up every night of the week, Sammy? I know that's right, man. Keep it moving. Well, I wish you the best, and I hope you find your provider. Thank you, Goddess Laurel, Sprinkle Sprinkle, for a super sticker. I appreciate you, girl. Oh, he was terrible, Sammy? Well, then, you know what? We'll celebrate. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Hi, Shira. You're 19. He's 50. Any advice? Girl, you should never, you shouldn't want for nothing at all. You'll not, you shouldn't want for a thing. You should be driving luxury. You shouldn't want for a thing. You shouldn't be clocking in. And you should definitely be driving luxury if that's the age gap, darling. And you should be driving luxury, wearing luxury, and not clocking in, and also probably having enough money in your bank account from direct deposits to start some type of business or investment or grand savings. All right, wonderful. If that's the age difference, you need to be living large. You need to be at Chanel right now. Okay. A sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, does everyone realize that Shira is the reason that dating has changed? Dusties are mad. They're mad at themselves, ladies, because they don't cut it. They're not mad at you because you gave them chance after chance after chance to do right. You tried to build him. You tried to be his piece. You tried to do blah, 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 blah. Nothing worked. It's time to just dust yourself off and go get a winner and stop trying to rehabilitate the dust, okay? They cannot be helped. They can be mad all they want, okay? If a man wants you to take them seriously, they need to come as providers, not as time wasters, darling. Women are able to do so much more for themselves that if a man is in their life, it needs to also be improved vastly. If not, it's literally just a waste of time, okay? If you're just trying to roll around on a mattress with somebody, wonderful. Just don't get pregnant by no dust, and don't let no dust move in your house. Don't bring the dust home to your mom, okay? Just let that be your dusty secret if that's what y'all are doing out there. But please, we're not going to normalize being with a dusty no more. That's some poverty mind, keep you in the cycle and your future generations in the cycle type of BS, okay? Because that's what y'all keep falling for. They keep putting it in movies. They keep putting it in TV shows. Y'all keep procreating with dust, and dust come from dust, baby. Don't do it. You finally met an out the closet provider, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you're a TS girl. Do not give up, and you think you're a brick. So many people see a doll. Always remember safety first. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know what? I'm so happy for you. Definitely, you will definitely find someone that is very interested in you. And when you find someone that likes you times 10 and willing to provide, added bonus. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Potential provider, a millionaire, sent me money, but his schedule is too busy to meet. Keep the money. Who cares, babe? Keep the money. Some men, let me tell y'all a secret that y'all just don't know. Y'all want to hear the secret? And it's not really a secret. Some men think that giving a woman money brings them luck. And it's true as far as a lot of beliefs, occult beliefs, religious beliefs, whatever. But let that man give you money. Okay? When they invest in women, their luck gets better. Stop trying to meet them and ruin it. Just keep getting it. Okay? Just keep getting the money, baby. Don't ruin it by trying to rush. Let him meet you when it's time. But collect that cash, baby. Collect it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm just telling y'all. I'm telling you. You meet one of them, usually they're really rich and spiritual, or spiritual and rich. Those are the ones that will, for no reason. Okay. Because they know that it brings them more money to invest in women. It's very esoteric. Okay. Only that's why dusties stay dusty, because they don't invest in women. That's why dusty stay dusty, because they invest in nothing but dust. They invest in video games and pot and weed, whatever. Synthetic weed, whatever they be doing. They invest in the wrong stuff. They invested in their women and in their families and in their kids, they'd be a lot further in life. Okay. Real men know that. Only dusties will argue with you about what's right. A dusty will argue with you trying to prove that a man should not be a provider. Okay, sir, we'll switch sides, join the team, and here go your wig. Okay. Thank you, Quan Yin, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Quan, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate you, girl. So yeah, I'm glad y'all are seeing the results. I'm glad y'all share y'all's results with us in the comments, because a lot of ladies need to see this, and a lot of ladies need to understand that it takes a little time, and sometimes you got it, and from the start, sometimes you got to work on it. You know, how to ask for a new car this sugar daddy love. Just say, you know what? Let's go to the car dealership. They're trying to get rid of cars this time of year because it's almost the end of the year, and they're going to cut prices and taxes and all that kind of stuff come through. Yeah. And if you start me a bit, I don't know how it is in your country, but sometimes you can use it as a tax write-off. But yeah, tell them it's the end of the year. They're trying to get rid of all the cars. Come, let's go. Make it sound too good to pass up, okay? And when he asks you what you want for the holidays or whatever, say, I want a car. That's it. Say, I just want something small, like the keys to a car. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You had your rent paid all year by men? I know that's right, Angel. Yes. And see, a lot of people get confused. They think I don't like men. They think I'm trying to keep y'all single. No, I'm trying to keep y'all pockets filled, and I'm trying to keep y'all in situations where you thrive, not where you have to end up crying and sad because you let some dusty get over on you. Okay. So the women that follow my advice and it actually works for them, they have pretty much what they want, and their life is a lot better. They're thriving, and they can literally start businesses or save money or get out of debt, all whatever. Okay. You're ending generational poverty by making certain decisions on who you date. That's very important. That's why definitely in some cultures, people will not let you date certain types of people because they don't want their generations, their family name and their bloodline to get drugged through the garbage can and in the sewer. That's exactly what y'all run to. Okay, so y'all got to start thinking of yourselves as royalty, and you can't go slumming. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You went to an apartment he wanted. S feeling done for going. Girl, why would you ever go to his apartment? That's done. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, you're happy for me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm happy for you too, Jamia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Maria, don't go to the guy's apartment. Apartment? Okay, well, at least you know better for next time, darling. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, you good, baby. Just don't. Hopefully, you didn't roll around and you got out of there. Okay. Go on dates, darling. Mm-hmm. You said you're a recovering pygmisha somewhere. Somebody said they're a recovering pygmisha. Okay, Rocket and Chico. Well, I'm glad you're a recovery girl. Yeah. So, women who follow the advice now, I know people aren't going to agree with 100% of the stuff I say. Sometimes I say stuff just to make a joke. Sometimes I say stuff because it's relevant for the question that was asked and not something I would come up with on my own. So y'all have to understand that when y'all are seeing those clips on TikTok, I'm answering people's questions, stuff I would have never even talked about if it wasn't asked to me. You know what I mean? So that's why I say don't agree with everything you see on clips, or you don't have to agree with everything. And what works for you, keeps your pockets full and keep your face smiling, that's what you need to be listening to. Okay. So there's people that I really like, but I don't take all their advice either. And there's people that give really good advice as well. But remember, everybody's different. Everybody got a different situation. That's why I don't sell courses. Okay, because it's not a cookie cutter thing. The closest thing you're gonna get is my book, or to be a member on my Patreon. I have many books on Amazon. It's not a, you know, one answer for all people. That's why I don't do courses. Okay. Courses just take people's money and, tell them to do something, and they don't even have a personalized detail about the actual person. They can't even apply the information or the knowledge based on certain things. So, yeah, get in where you fit in. That's how I do it. That's why I do live questions, so y'all can ask me specific questions, because courses aren't cookie cutter. That means everything is the same. Every answer is the same for everyone, and that's just not how it works. Sorry, y'all. This is like sticky. I need to find somewhere to put this. I'm just going to let it melt in there. You've been talking for only a month and he's talking about moving you in. Is he talking about paying your bills and getting you debt free and upgrading your vehicle? That needs to happen first, baby. That debt free needs to happen first. Okay. Moving you in is just free S. Does that come with a direct deposit every month or every week? Does that come with not having to clock in to work? What does that come with? Because we're not moving into nobody's house to roll around on the mattress for free and funds going down. Okay. Remember, if you're moving in, it needs to be a luxury place, an upgrade from where you are. You don't need to be clocking in no more, that's for sure. Nowhere. And you need to be on his direct deposit every week or every month, however y'all set that up, to be getting your money to do what you need to do with it while you're there. Okay. We're not moving in and shacking up with no dust. Okay. So he can roll around on the mattress for free without taking you on dates. All right. Because sometimes that's all it is, baby. Y'all need to wake up and see what it is. Okay. If you move in with him and he's doing the most for you, congratulations. Okay. If you moving in with that man and you're not clocking in no more, and you on direct deposit and got your shopping money and savings good, and you can start your business whenever you feel like it or want to, or when whatever, wonderful. Congrats. But if you are still clocking in, don't move in. Okay. Should you stay with your dusty till you can afford to leave? Yeah. Don't ever leave for struggle. You're already in struggle. You're going to leave for more struggle? You need to find a man that has more money and then move on, or you need to get your own money and move on. And then go look for a man with more money. Okay? Don't ever leave struggle to find more struggle. Don't make no sense. Okay? Don't ever leave struggle for more struggle. Unless you just go have like a female roommate or something. Okay? You said, what if he says you should have S because of the connection between them and not what he can do for you? Tell him to go find a man. There's a connection. Men love to spend time with each other. They always having boys' night, hanging out. Okay. The connection is you need to connect some bills to his bank account. Okay. There's no connection. Back in the old days, you can't say connection, connection, connection. You know why? Because that's just a way of saying, let me roll around on you in the mattress real quick so I can ghost you. Okay. There is no connection. You can't even be turned on if you got bills due. You can't even get turned on unless that man doing something for you. You understand with me? You can't get turned on unless that man is doing something for you. How do y'all get turned on by dust? I do not understand. How are you rolling around on a mattress in debt with a man that's gonna ask you for money later? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You can't get turned on. There is no connection if you broke. If he's broke. That man is broke, there's zero connection. If he's not spending, there's zero connection. You know why? Because how do you get turned on by broke men? That's like, that don't make no sense. How are y'all getting turned out and turned on by brokenness? I don't understand. Explain it to me. Oh, you look like poverty over there. Oh, yes. Y'all have been programmed to get turned on by poverty. I'm gonna repeat that for those who ain't listening. Y'all, yes, I'm pointing to y'all, have been programmed to get turned on by poverty. Yes, I said it. Tell me if I'm incorrect. If you look at programming, TV shows, advertisements, movies, geared towards certain types of people, they want you to pick the poor man. Okay? They want you to pick the poor man. You said they gaslight us and say it's prostitution. Well, there's no prostitutions without men that can't afford a full-time woman. Think about this. If a man could afford a full-time woman that actually liked him because he was doing right by her, he wouldn't need to go tap on somebody's shoulder and say, hey, how much, If he could afford to keep a woman, he wouldn't have to do that. So a lot of the times, they're gaslighting you because they can't have a woman, they can't afford a woman, and they want to reduce you down to a price because you know your worth. If you know your worth and they can't afford it, they're going to try to put you down to an affordable price. It's like, oh no, sir, I'm an investment. But here's a number to an escort service if that's what you're looking for. I'm an investment. You understand? So when they pull that line on you, ladies, are you listening? When they pull that line on you, say, no, I'm an investment. If you can't afford to invest, please bypass. If you can't afford long-term investment, please bypass. I'm not looking for someone that has to check their bank account before they pump gas. Goodbye. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're listening to The Man in the Mirror by MJ on repeat. Okay, free agent girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Love that song. Okay. So yes, so y'all need to correct those dudes. Like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm an investment. A long-term investment. It's just going to take you a long time to get anything out of me, and you're going to definitely have to invest. If you can't afford it, I totally understand. It's hard out there. You got to check your bank account before you pump gas. I'm not the woman for you. Scoot along. Okay? That's how you need to do it. We broke up this week and you moved 2 states away, but he wants to pay me to go to his work Christmas party since he already RSVP'd. Should I go? How much you paying you, girl? Okay, you need a new outfit. You need new shoes, jewelry, the works, your own hotel room. Get all you can get. And then, get all you can get because he's going to use you as arm candy. So get the most. You're going to up his value at work. So you need to get the most out of him, girl. Get the most, as much as you can. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Call them right back out as well. When they call you out, call them right out. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I know you're the type of dude to check your bank account before you pump gas. I'm just not the one for you. Don't worry. There's someone out there for everybody. And send them on their way. Okay. And that's why they're so mad, because they can't get you. They can't afford you. All right. They get mad and they try to put you down as far as something they can't afford. But once again, they're mistaken. You're an investment, and a long-term one at that. So if they don't have patience or money, there's not going to be any further need to speak. Okay, you got to put yourself up there on that pedestal, and you got to demand your respect, And you got to make sure they have enough money to know what an investment even is. Because some of these dudes don't even know what that is. I'll be talking to pure dust. Okay, like, what's an investment? They don't even know what that is. So how can they even invest in you when they don't even know what the term means? You know? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If they don't know how to invest and they don't know how to invest long term, they have no place in your life. You can save them under free food, on your phone, under the contacts, but that's about it. Nothing more. They can't do nothing for you, and all they can do is take you out to eat. Well, free food in the contacts. That's their name is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, you drive a nice car and you work in a private hospital as a midwife. You can't hide it. You make money. How to attract rich men from workplace? I'm only 23 but want marriage. Find a richer man. Richer man. More money. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Your little money won't count to them because you're only 23. You need to find somebody a little bit older that has way more money than you. If you want a man that has money, your money won't mean nothing to him because he has way more. He won't expect you to pay for nothing. He'll probably respect you more if, he know you can leave at any given time and be gone because you don't really need him. But he can still, impress you with his money. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, how do you look attractive in scrubs? Hair and makeup, girl. Perfume, hair, makeup. I don't know if y'all can wear perfume. Wear some good smelling lotion. I don't know. Wear them fitted scrubs. All right. Talk in a sexy voice, girl. I don't know. Do y'all remember back in the day when nurses used to be like sex symbols? And now what are they? Jokes? Dust magnets? Come on. We got to do better. Y'all got to do better, nurses. Get back to that status. Thank you, Gail. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Miss Gail. Nurses used to be like every man's fantasy, and now they're every dusty's dream. So, yeah, y'all gotta do better out there. Put yourself together, look good, and don't date dust, okay? I'm talking to y'all nurses. Stop dating dusties. Okay. Don't date the dust, darling. I'm not trying to lump them all together, but they know who I'm talking about. Them dust magnets, okay? I know two types of nurses. There's two types of nurses. The bougie nurse that ends up marrying the surgeon or the practice owner, and then the ratchet nurse that got a dusty at home playing video games. Okay? Y'all know. Do the math. Figure it out. Do better. Okay. What? Okay. Thank you, Julie. So, women that take my advice are improving. Now, listen to me very, very carefully. I was talking about this earlier. A lot of women are transitioning from a certain type of look, lifestyle, and mentality, and they're trying to level themselves up as far as looks in order to attract more wealth. And so what I'm telling y'all have to let some of that stuff go that you have been programmed with and have been taught, or like the trends that are out there. Like, some of y'all got to let it go. Some of y'all got to let it go because it's stopping you from getting approached. All right. Them baby hairs got to go. I know y'all be laughing at my little wig right here, but a man with money will bring this wig home before they bring a baby hair down to your eyebrow home. Okay. Or one of them L parts slicked down with the bangs cut to the side. They will bring this home before they will bring that home. Okay. So y'all have to understand just because things are trending on social media and wigs are, plucked and this is that don't mean that's going to attract a man with money. That's why the term hard wig, soft life exists because they don't understand what all that rigmarole is. Okay. It's cool for Instagram. It's cool for TikTok. It's cool for the club. It's cool for, but it doesn't translate. All right. It don't translate. Y'all not understand. That's the one part of y'all, or some of y'all that wear wigs, are not understanding. Get rid of that baby hair, please. If you're gonna have a little bit, make sure it's just a little bit. Don't comb it out. Don't make no designs in it. Don't have it down to your eyebrow or your ear. Just swoop. That's it. Barely there. Like you can't even notice. Like little bit, like actual real baby hair, not stuff you didn't cut and slick down, to hide the fact that it's a wig. They know it's a wig, baby. Mm-hmm. If you can't figure it out, just get a big bang wig. It's a wig with bangs. Okay. And I will tell you from what I know, men will bring home this no baby hair part wig to meet their colleagues, friends, and family before they would bring home swoop down baby hair. Okay. Y'all can laugh all you want, but it's the truth. And y'all know it. So don't do it. Next, your lashes. We got to talk about them lashes, y'all. Yeah. It's too much. Tone it down. Some of y'all are very lash blind now. Now, I know I don't have a lot of makeup on right now, but y'all are very lash blind. Y'all have become very, very, very lash blind. Take them things off or do the little individual small ones. You was dating a rich investor. He gave you money to start a business. I cut him off when I found out he was married. I want to reach out. See, for investing advice, I just came into some money. Should I? Sure. Why not? You're not interested in him for a relationship because he's married, right? So it doesn't matter. He doesn't count. Sprinkle, sprinkle, unless you want him back, girl. The only reason you're asking me this question is because you want him back, even though he is married. Because you wouldn't have to ask me if you weren't interested in him in that manner. So if you're going to revisit that married man scenario, and you want a reason to reach out to him, you should have thought about that in the first place because he might already have somebody else and that he's giving his money to by now. So I don't know, ma'am. If it's just platonic and you just want advice, then it doesn't even matter. You can reach out if you want, if it's going to be platonic. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So let's get back to it. Women who take my advice, you got to look like you understand the assignment. Okay. It's not all you might not be used to certain looks, but sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone in order to attract the type of guy you're actually trying to attract. Trying. Now, when I say make sure you're looking like, attractive to the type of man you're trying to attract, that means you got to get out of that comfort zone. Whether it be the baby hairs, the lashes, the black lip liner, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are doing too much. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I say this almost every video. You say, how can you break the generational cycle of poverty without involving a man? By getting rich. Duh. And not dating a dusty. Don't date beneath you. If you're going to date. If you're not going to date, then just get by getting rich and not investing in stupid things that don't make you richer. All right. Does that make sense? Starting a business, being an entrepreneur, having something to pass down to your children if you have kids. If you don't have kids, maybe teaching other people how to get money. I don't know. But definitely you got to make your money make money. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And you can't move backwards for emotion. All right. Okay, so Friday, yeah, at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a wig and hair haul from a company, and we're going to do some giveaways. So tune in Friday evening so y'all can get some stuff. Okay. All right. You said before I used to encourage women to become stay-at-home moms. I encourage women to not have to clock in. I encourage women to be staying at home and raising their own kids instead of throwing them in daycare. I still stick by that, baby. If somebody else is raising your kid and you got a grown able-bodied man and you're clocking in and paying half the bills, I don't agree with that. 0%. Okay. I believe if you have a child, you should be a mother and they should be raised by daycare. I do agree with that. You don't have to be a typical traditional stay-at-home mom, but you need to raise your own kids and not be clocked in if you're sitting there with some grown able-bodied man. You can start your own business. You can work from home. You can have online companies or whatever. But keep your kids at them daycares if you got a grown able-bodied man that's supposedly a provider, Maybe like a couple of hours to play with other kids. But, if you have nannies, the kid's going to attach to your nanny faster. Your relationship will be strained. So I'm a good mother. I like to mother my own children. I feel like a connection is very important with your kids because when you get old, if you don't have that connection, you're going to regret it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said, keep them children safe. Too much going on. Okay, yeah. Be an active parent, definitely. Do you think your advice when your career took off? No. I think it changed when people started asking me dumb questions. And they wanted to hear something different. Instead of go home and take care of them kids, they don't understand that you also have options when you're a stay-at-home mom. Like I'm a stay-at-home mom. I am a stay-at-home mom. And 10 years before I started YouTube, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was. But my bank account looked good because I was collecting his money. I had my own money from doing other little things like businesses that I did online. I told you I used to read tarot cards. I used to do make little candles and stuff. I have an Etsy store. I used to do all those things in my part time, being bored at home, doing nothing but raising my kids and taking them to school. And I still made money by barely doing anything because you have time to be more creative. You have time to relax. And I also feel like, yes, being a stay-at-home mom has a lot of advantages. But in this day and age, women want to be a businesswoman. You can be a businesswoman from your house. You can be an author from your home. You know what I'm saying? Look, I have 8 books, 3 businesses. I'm a good mom. My kids don't go to daycare, no after school programs. I pick them up and take them to school. I'm home with them every day. Every weekend we go do something fun. So you can be a stay-at-home mom and still get his money and your money and still know your kids. It's very possible. Thank you, Pink. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I still believe in that. Y'all just want to hear, oh, don't have no. I say find money, and if you have enough money, you can afford children. All right, because you're gonna need somebody to take care of your old butt when you get old. All right, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I just fast forward to the future. I'd be like, 50 years from now, who didn't have kids? Where they at? Are y'all, you don't want them ambulances outside them Senior plus living apartments. Where you at? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I understand the truth. I understand like this whole, and so many women said that they're not going to have kids, and then they be having kids in like 5 to 10 years. So I don't believe anything them women be saying. Oh, I choose not to have kids. Yeah, you'll have some kids in about 5 to 10 years. You'll have some. Never say never, because I used to say the same thing. And look at me, love being a mother. Mm-hmm. I think that's just something people like to say. I said it all the time when I was young. I ain't having no kids. I don't want no kids. I'm too selfish. I can't do none of that. I say the same stuff, girl. What is something you would tell your younger self? Keep going. You're going in the right direction. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because I made good decisions. I didn't deal with no dust, baby. Not after I was a teenager. Nope. Thank you, Cinnamon Heiress. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He paid for your surgery business and proposed my business is taking off. Okay, how do I handle the change in making more money than before and still make him feel like don't tell him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him you got to help Aunt Ethel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And Aunt Ethel is your other bank account. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't tell him, girl. Don't share the news. Don't share the good news. Oh, you know what? The business is doing well. I'm going to help Aunt Ethel. Help yourself. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah. When you get to a certain age, you may or may not ever want kids. There's a lot of women that don't want kids, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. But I said the same thing. Look, I got 2 beautiful teenage daughters that are my best friends, and I'm a really good mother. So, yeah, and very successful. But the key was to make sure before you procreate, you got to have some money. That was the key. All right. Thank you, Des. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Best way to continue motivating him and to provide more. Compare him to someone like a fake person, like, oh, my friend's husband is doing this and doing that for her. Give him some fake competition. All right. As far as him growing financially. Thank you, Mel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A man asked you on a date for drinks, and he said he doesn't do meal dates. So I asked, oh, are you on the budget? And he was out. This was outside, by the way. Girl, yes, say, oh, well, I don't do drinks. I guess this is goodbye before it's hello. Oh, I don't do meal dates. Oh, I don't do drink dates. I guess it's just goodbye before it's hello. Well, it's nice to meet you anyway. Goodbye. Just like he got his standards straight up in your face, put yours straight up in his face. Why do you have to submit? You don't even want drinks. You want food. So you're going to go out on a date you don't want to go out on. Just because a man put some standards up, you need to put your standards higher. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hello. Yes. Goodbye before it's hello. Well, I don't do drink dates. Well, guess it's not a match. Goodbye. You said risk it all to take it all. That's right. Hey, God, that's why I read sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Got to risk it all to take it all. Because they will act stupid and tell you their standards, and you're gonna be stupid and be okay. No, I don't do drink dates. If you don't do meal dates, there is no date. Goodbye. What kind of man can't afford a meal? A broker? Goodbye. Mm-hmm. You said what even is a drink date? When they try to get you drunk so they look better and sound better and they can impress you on a budget. You should sit there and order a mocktail. If you ever went on a drink date, you should sit there and order a mocktail. Don't even drink. And when they say, why aren't you drinking? I only drink when I eat. Plan failed. They can't get you drunk. And then start to leave early. And he'd be like, where are you going? It's like, I'm going to dinner. I'm hungry. Shoot. Nice to meet you. Bye. Chug the mocktail and dismiss yourself. And when he's asked where you going, I'm going to eat. Bye. What are you doing? What to do you say to women who tell other women their standards are too high? Say, well, they're too high for the men you deal with, but not the men I'm dealing with, baby. But they're too high for your dust. Of course. You want less. I don't. They're too high for your dust. Okay. So, too high for who? The random dusty? That's not your aim. So you tell them this, I am so sorry, you're right. I have very high standards because I love myself more than most women. And I won't settle for less. So, I mean, sorry. Just my standards are high. Unapologetic. Now, having high standards doesn't mean you can't have a roster. Like I said, the phone, the contacts, free food, bill paying Bob. You know, you can have a roster of guys that do different things for you. You don't have to settle for just one that does nothing or the bare minimum. With three, you can have the best of three worlds. Okay? That's it. Y'all think y'all are only supposed to have one person in your life that does everything for you. And if you can't find that, you got to settle for this. No, you can have a roster of men that do different things for you. And when you find one that can do more or most, then you can consider one. Okay? Because the way that guys are these days, you're literally going to have to settle for dust if you want to be in a relationship, unless you have high standards and you love yourself and you're going to attract a man that can do more. Oh, you met a millionaire who likes you more? How do I get the bills paid? You tell him. You tell him. It's like, oh my gosh, I just paid Aunt Ethel's mortgage. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to pay mine. You should help me. It's hard out here taking care of these elderlies. But you got to tell them. Say, Aunt Ethel needs help, and I got to help her. So you should help me. It's the spirit of Christmas. I don't know, girl. Tell them something like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him he should help you. Thank you. If he likes you more, he's going to laugh and have no problem with it. Okay. Never lower your standards, ladies. Never. If I had lowered my standards, I would not be here today. Okay. Thank you, DS. Dating a very rich man, 51, but he wants a human puppy. Would you want? Let me type. What? Okay. You're 39. We have two from prior worth it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Like a child. He want to have a kid with you? Okay, I guess you tried to word the best way you can. Okay. A very rich man needs to put a very large amount of money in your bank account before you do anything with him, and a ring on your finger. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Before you even considered rolling around on the mattress having his baby. Your bank account needs to be pregnant with his money. And so your ring finger needs to be pregnant with his ring. You understand what I'm saying? Unless he's going to pay you to be his surrogate. But then that means he got custody. So understand what I'm telling you. Get the ring and get the money in the bank, baby. That's the only way it'll be worth it. If he's very rich, he should have no problems. Okay? Because 51, that's the midlife crisis right there. Let me tell y'all, a man that's 51 is going through a midlife crisis. And when that's over, he's gonna start shifting his thinking. So you need to have your money from him in your account already. Okay? Because he's going through that time when men start to feel like, oh, they better hurry up and do something before they get old and die alone. And then once that midlife crisis is over, their testosterone drops, their thinking changes. So you need to get that money quick. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women will find my channel and they will follow the advice. And then some women will be like, well, why can't you just get your own? You can, and you can get his. If a man is in your life and you're getting your own, you need to be getting his as well as your own if you're getting your own. And you don't need to be paying nothing while you're living in a house with a grown able-bodied man. Okay. If you don't want a man and you just want to do it for yourself, wonderful, great. I have no problem with that. But if there's a man in your life, he shouldn't be taken from you. He should be added to you. He offered to pay your mortgage off. Okay, DS, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get the mortgage paid off, man, and get some money in your account. Mm-hmm. You said that bank account need to be given birth to, exactly, to more funds and investments. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have no problem with women getting their own money. But if there's a man in your life, you need to be getting his money too. All right. I have a problem with you getting your money and then giving it to some grown able-bodied man so he can build off your back and leave you for the next chick. I have a problem with that. Okay. I have no problem with you getting your own. I have no problem with you not having to deal with no man. I have no problem with you not having to ask a man for nothing. But I do have a problem if you get with a man and he asking you for something, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. So hope that's clear. Mm-hmm. You said you got a large sum of money. Do you buy a car or do you do plastic surgery? You get a car, fool. Unless you are disfigured, you get a car. Okay. Unless you need reconstructive surgery or disfigured, get the car now. Always get the car first. Stop, y'all. Whatever y'all trying to do, it could get done later and by some other person, or not. You might not even need it. Some of y'all are so silly that y'all don't even need half the stuff y'all are trying to get. Okay. Girl, get you a car. You can get that other stuff later, girl. Okay. Well, you can fake plump lips and you can stuff your bra, but you can't fake a car. Okay. Thank you. Walking around with what? Who was it that said BBLs at the bus stop? That don't make no sense. Who said that? I forgot who said that. But yeah. Anyway, get you a car. Anyway. I don't know who said that. I know I heard it recently though. You said Vivian said it, I think. BBL clocking in. Tia Kemp said that. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. You shouldn't be, if you got a, like, I definitely agree. If you got a BBL, you shouldn't be clocked in or at the bus stop, baby. Because if you did all that, risked your life, you should be living the soft life. If that's what you thought was going to happen, baby. I don't know. Okay. Y'all are silly. You said you rise at dawn. Before dawn, I rise before dawn. Y'all know I'll be up early. So anyway, yeah, women are seeing good results. So keep it up, y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Don't let the dust in. I know it's holiday season and they be knocking and begging to move in, but say no. Mm-mm. Y'all focus on guys that have what you want, not the ones that don't. Okay. He says, should you dye your hair deep behind? Girl, I don't, you're asking the wrong person because I just say get a wig. Look, I'm not doing nothing like all of that. I just get a wig. Try it out first, see what it look like. Because you might not like it. Do I speak on shows? What shows? I'm the show. You mean like podcasts and stuff? Girl, no. This is the show, darling. What? Let me see what you're talking about. Shira, how do you be dependent after used to being independent? By getting yours and getting his at the same time, baby. It's double. It's so easy. Get your money, keep your money, get his money, and keep his money. Grow your money, add his money to your money. Don't pay for nothing in the house. He's the provider. Period. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's literally that. That's the formula. Keep your wallet in your purse. Do not pay for nothing in his presence, Charlie. Add his money that he's giving you to your money. And now you have more. It's that simple. If you are independent and you can pay your own bills, that's great. But he can pay them too. So instead of you paying them, keep that money in your account and give him the bills for him to pay them. And now you have saved even more. Okay? That's how you do it. That's it. It's very easy. Don't tell him how much you got. Don't brag on how independent you are. Tell him you need him to pay these bills. And stack, stack, stack. Stack all the money. Okay? That's real independence. Okay? Well, you don't need a man, but he needs to pay you to be there and improve your life. Okay? Independent from what people think, independent from being a pygmeisha. Yes, it is. Get their money too. They can't control you if you got your own money and you're just stacking theirs on top of yours. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all, I don't know that. I don't know how y'all don't understand this. I know some of y'all know. But some of y'all don't understand this. I'm like, I'm confused how y'all can't do the math. So confused. You said you listened to my advice and now you got 100K saved up? Okay, Soraya, I know that's right, ma'am. See, she's doing it right. Get their money, put in your account. Get their money saved. Get their money, start a business. Get their money, invest in yourself and invest in you. Do not spend your own money. If you are with a grown able-bodied man, all your money that you have and that they give you needs to be keep on stacking. Okay? She saved 100K. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Asking is the confusing part because you don't ask, you tell. First of all, the formula is simple. They got to like you more. And then you got to give them a way to impress you. Y'all talk about all this stupid stuff that don't matter, but you should be talking about how they can impress you, which is through what? Paying them bills, getting you debt free, taking you to the dealership, saving on Ethel. Okay? Y'all be talking about stuff they don't even care about. You need to be talking about how they can impress you. Okay? First conversation needs to be how they can impress you. And usually that's going to be with removing a financial fake obstacle out of your path. Okay? Whatever you make up, unethical, tires, whatever. And if they really like you times 10, they're going to give it to you by date 1 or 2 because you've already been discussing it through text, on the phone. You done dropped your favorite bottle of perfume. You done lost your diamond earring. Aunt Ethel needs help. By the time you get to the first date, they're going to have you an envelope, baby. Oh, I know you were having a hard time this week. I know you had to pay your Aunt Ethel's mortgage. I know you lost your favorite diamond earrings and dropped your favorite bottle of perfume when I had called and scared you. And when the phone rang, here you go. I'm so sorry, baby. Does this make it better? And there go the envelope with all the money. Get your tires too. By the first and second date, they need to feel so sorry for you and that you can't be impressed any other way. And you're just so, you're a trooper for even showing up to the date with all these issues. You know what I'm saying? From start, baby. From the start. Their jokes don't impress you. Okay? Until after they have removed the financial obstacles so that you can even laugh after being, stress-free from him giving you that envelope of cash. Okay? That's it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can't laugh at jokes when you're stressed out. Now, can you? Can't have a good time on a dinner date when you're stressed out. Now, can you? So, guess what? Removing the financial obstacles on date 1 or 2 is how they impress you and how they think that you're going to open up to them. Okay? It's easy to ask when you start off from the start. Some of y'all don't even have to ask. They'll just come with it if they like you. And that's why y'all have to choose types of guys that like you times 10, because you might not even have to ask. They're just going to listen to what you're saying and they're going to pay attention and take action. Some of these guys that you're meeting on dating apps, they don't like you. They just scrolling through anything that looks good to go out to eat with. And then by the third date, they ghost you and choose another chick. So they don't have to dine alone. That's why I tell y'all, get off them dating apps. Okay? Get off of dating apps and half of your problems will go away in dating. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, y'all remember that show back in the day, Sex and the City? Okay, now they weren't on anybody's dating apps. Let me repeat that. They weren't on anybody's dating apps. They were out and about. Okay? Out and about. Dilly-dallying around Manhattan. Get out, get off the dating apps. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They were outside, exactly. Go outside, dog. Just get off them dating apps. All you're going to look for on a dating app is a desperate man that's looking for S and not to dine alone. That's all that's on there. Get off. Go outside. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, we don't agree with a lot of the stuff they did on there, but we can guarantee that they met a lot of people when they were outside. Okay. He said, "Don't put yourself on the clearance rack." Yeah, that's what dating apps are, the clearance rack. Because see, when you're on a dating app, what you're telling people is, "Hi, I'm so desperate. I'm going to put myself out here for anybody and everybody because I can't attract someone in real life. So here I am, desperate and all." That's what dating apps look like. Okay. Get off the dating apps, girl. It's just pick Misha menu and dust menu. A menu of dusties and pygmishas. That's all. And old lonely people that just want to have somebody to dine with. Get off the dating apps. How do you stop feeling shame? Shame for what, baby? Somebody programmed you to feel ashamed. I feel proud for everything I've ever done. Own it. What do you feel shamed for? What's the shame about? Who's shaming you? Shame for what? Shame for dating a dusty? Well, then don't claim that, girl. Let me tell y'all a secret. Y'all are the ones that are causing your own suffering because you're sitting there claiming dust when you don't have to. Okay. You know what? When y'all want to hear something hilarious, y'all will sit up there and be ashamed of yourselves for claiming the dust you don't even want. And the dust you got that you're claiming won't even claim you, and you probably sheltering them. I'm not repeating that because I know y'all heard it. Stop claiming them as your man. They are just some random dude that you're using as a placeholder. And when you come to your senses, you're going to dismiss them, love yourself, and do better. Stop claiming it, the dust. They don't claim you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said the law of detachment. I like that. Half of y'all dusties won't even put y'all on their social media, and they can't even afford a place to live. And they acting like they the prize. And y'all keep letting them. Okay. Yeah. Be a goddess. That's right. You said most of the guys on the dating app already have their women. They're just there to cheat. Yep. So stay off of them if you love yourself. Hmm. What if you find someone you like in your area, rich men but not interesting? What, I don't even know what that means. A boring, non-interesting rich man that you like. Where's the problem? Be the fun one in the relationship then. Okay. What if they got it all? Are they the prize? Only if you're chasing them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just because a man has it all doesn't mean he's the prize. You are the prize. The woman, unless she's a pygmisha, is always the prize because the man chases after her and he tries to impress her, to win her over. Just because they have it all doesn't mean that they're the prize. It means that they are contenders and they can meet your standards because y'all keep thinking backwards. When a man says, "I have it all and I'm the prize," that's because in his mind, he doesn't understand the value of a woman and he likes men, okay, mentally. He might not be attracted to men, but he mentally is gay, okay? When a man understands the value of a woman, he's attracted to a woman, he wants to provide for a woman, he wants to do all these things that most men want to do for women. When he keeps claiming that he's the prize and he's this and he's that, he forgot one thing. All that does is equal up to a woman's standards. That's what he all is, you know, what's the word? That is what he has worked hard for, to reach a woman's standards. All right. So he has all these things. Great. You reached the standard. Congratulations. You have a chance. You see? So you hear from 2020, hey girl, Franco. So how can he be the prize when all he has done is reach your standards? You the prize, because he had to reach them standards. Understand? To even be considered, to even be in your presence, to even be having the conversation in your face. You wouldn't even be talking to him if he couldn't reach the standard. So how is he the prize? All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Think of it like that, because that's what it is. Women are always the prize, unless they're chasing behind a man like a pygmy should. And they think the man is the prize. And maybe that man has had pygmishas before, so he's confused. But don't let him confuse you with a pygmisha. Thank you, Jane Doe. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So y'all have men who have only dealt with pygmishas, and they think that you're her. You have to correct them. Say, congratulations, you've reached the standards. You don't date anyone self-employed and just focusing on leveling up, but your advice has helped me so much with improving your self-worth. Thank you. Thank you, Bella. Well, I'm so glad. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because, you can apply this advice to pretty much anything. It doesn't have to just be men or dating or getting money. Thank you. I appreciate it. How to get rid of a dusting if they're waiting for their business idea to work out. Okay, you get rid of him by telling him to that you believe in him, but you got to go. No, man, you just put a fake eviction notice on the door. I mean, have some fake bills that's coming in. Pretend like you lost your job. The norm to get him to leave. Something you got to get him to go, because they're always working on some idea, but they're not getting it. How old is the girl? Sometimes they be like using that as an excuse so they don't have to do too much. Is there a way to flip the tables with the guy that you've been with to make him see you as the prize? Yeah, start loving yourself actually and becoming the prize and putting yourself on a pedestal and putting yourself as a priority and looking like you're out of his league. That's how you got to do the work. Sure. What do you say when they ask me if I'm in a relationship when I am in one? You lie and say no. Sprinkle. If you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in and you don't plan to be in the future, you tell them no. Because that's what the man gonna do. How can a former pick me be proud of mental level up? Huh? Just get money, baby. Have goals. Stop thinking so much about things like being proud of a mental level up. If you're proud of your mental level up, great. You've learned how to control your emotions. Wonderful. You're thinking better now. Wonderful. You could be proud of anything as long as it's beneficial to you. Okay. Be proud of anything that's beneficial to you and keep going in the right direction, and don't backtrack and start dealing with dust ever again. Okay. That's all. Just keep it moving forward. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Be proud every day that you're moving forward instead of backwards. Okay. You said let go of old labels. Yes. Like seriously, let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all are out here in a relationship you don't want to be in. And when people ask you if you're in a relationship, you say yes. Okay. Well, why are you telling them yes if you don't even want to be in that relationship? You say, no, I am not. Because as far as some of y'all are concerned, y'all aren't even in relationships. Y'all are in situationships, or y'all are in roommate status. All right. Some of y'all are having roommate status and situationships, and y'all are claiming that when they're not claiming y'all. They're not claiming y'all's bills. So how can you claim them? I don't understand. You don't claim nobody, they don't claim all your bills. Simple as that. If you live by that, you'll have plenty of options, darling. Or yeah, you single till married, and you single till them they claiming them bills, and stop being roommates too. All right. If you got a roommate, don't claim it. Don't claim it as a partner. Don't claim it as a man. Claim it as a roommate. That means if you go on 50-50, you're single. He says he don't like people that like stuff. He talking about me watching things. Like, well, I don't like people that can't afford stuff. So I guess we don't say goodbye. Thank you, Ruby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, you're right. You shouldn't like people that like stuff if you can't afford stuff. I agree. Let's go separate ways. It's not a match. I like stuff. You broke. Don't go together. Goodbye. You said, what are you doing about premenopause? I don't even know what that is, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't even study that. I don't research it. I don't know none of the symptoms, baby. I don't know. I just get up every day and look good and keep it moving. What if he pays for everything but does not want to have S, but he don't want me to date older or other men? I'm confused. So you're the beard. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, ma'am. You're what he's calling a beard. Okay, you're a BEARD. You know what a beard is? It's when a gay man doesn't want to come out of the closet, so he gets a woman. And he'll do everything for you, but he doesn't want to roll around the mattress with you. Or it could be he already has someone else on the side that he rolls around the mattress with, and you just fit the description of someone he can bring home. So, or he's gay and you're his beard. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you have a lavender relationship, darling. Or he's got another one and you're just, I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know. Get his money though. Whatever you do, get his money still, because it's still beneficial for you. Sometimes you don't need to roll around with them. You just need to get their money, darling. Uh-huh. Just get their money. Don't matter. They might not be able to roll around. Someone said they could have ED. They could have ED or they could be down low. They could have DL or ED. Whatever. Just get their money. Wonderful. Someone says, sounds great. It does sound great, don't it, girl? Said, let him be gay and get your check. Exactly. Yes. Just get his money. Stop trying to sleep with him, girl. Why? Anyway, so hopefully y'all got your money from listening to my advice. I appreciate y'all. Some of y'all got phones, new wardrobes, new cars this year, new houses, marriage, rings. Some of y'all even had quote unquote sprinkle, sprinkle babies. Like literally. Keep them standards high, ladies. Because it's embarrassing to settle for dust. Don't do it. Just an update on the rich investor. I guess I did not want to open the door again, but he called me right away and gave me some great advice. Thank you, Shira. Okay, MD Sprinkle Sprinkle. Well, I'm so glad you got what you went there for or what you needed. Sprinkle Sprinkle. You got car. Okay. You got a car with 2 trackers in it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, you got to be slick with the trackers, baby. He said, why are middle income men rude to you, but wealthy men are nice? Because they don't have enough money for you, baby. They got to get their money up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You see, middle income men, they didn't think about this when they were young. Okay, let me tell y'all a secret. Men that make a little bit of money when they were young, they in high school, football player, and they peaked in high school or peaked in college, they did not see the future. Okay. So when they got to that middle ageness and they were average and mediocre in everything that they did in life because they were used to having the pretty girls in high school and college, they forgot that in real life, once you graduate, women look for money. Okay. So a lot of men forgot that or didn't think about it because they peaked in high school or college. So those middle average earning men, they did not understand that they need a lot of money in order to get the same type of girls that they could pull in college or in high school in real life. Okay. That's what happens. That's why a lot of these men who are middle earners upset. And that's why they go around rating women because, oh, they might have been a football player and get a cheerleader in high school, but they can't get that same type of woman once in the real world. Okay. So all they have is memories of their peaking in high school. And they get mad when they go up to the same looking, same similar looking type of chick that they used to date in high school and they look at them like a bug. Ew. Oh, I used to play high school football. I don't care. Where's your money? It becomes that. So they get mad because they can't pull the same type of women. Your boyfriend is stingy unless you beg, says he has a lot of bills to pay, but I get another boyfriend. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, curly abs. You need 2. He spends more on his daughter than on me. That he got other people to pay. You need other people to pay for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get you a roster. Don't let your boyfriend stand in the way of your husband, baby. Next. Start dating other guys. Don't tell about it. Don't let your boyfriend keep you from your husband. You never know. Okay. Level up on him, level up out of his league, and go replace him with something better. Okay. Next. You said, are recently divorced millionaires worth your time? Yeah. They'll be trying to make like they haven't skipped a beat. They're going to try to show you off so their wife gets mad. If they're going to try to post you up. And if you can pretty much get them for anything like right after the divorce because they're trying to feel like they're not a failure and that they can still pull something young and cute. So right after the divorce, they're the most vulnerable. You can get their money easy. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So ask for the most right away. And don't ask for commitment. Ask for everything else. Okay. After a divorce, the last thing you need from a man or want to ask a man is for commitment. Ask him for everything else. Okay. Because once a man heavily invests in you, more likely to commit later on. Okay. You're in top uni with lots of your country's royals in it. One took interest in you. Probably you have more money than him. My family, more well off advice. Well, at least it's not broke. I don't know. He ain't broke. He got some money. His family got money. Well, you can date several people, girl. Just add them to the roster. Date him and another one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hopefully the other one may have a little bit more money. Who cares? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You said it could go either way after the divorce. Yeah, if his wife took all the money, it can go either way, but If he still got something left, he'll be trying to make up for lost time and looking like he didn't skip a beat and he actually improved. So he'll be more willing to spend on you if that's the case. Okay. As a form of revenge to the ex. All right. Stingy but rich, where are the benefits? There's none, girl. If they're stingy and rich, you need to have a roster. If all they do is take you out to eat, put them under free food. I don't care how much money they got. They can take you to fine dining. Free food, fine dining for stingy and rich, okay? Until they do something for you, that's all that they are. Free food, fine dining. If they're not doing nothing for you, who cares? Their wealth does nothing and it doesn't benefit you unless you want to eat free food. So put them on the roster for free food if they're not doing anything else. They can be rich. Maybe you can meet some connections through them or whatever and meet somebody else through the connections, okay? But definitely keep your options open. He said, save him under Uber Eats. Okay. You said it's a disgusting nightmare. You say you're pretty, and guys say, "Oh, you think you're pretty." Well, you need to date somebody old, man. Half of y'all problems will be solved. You just go get an old man. I know. Because let me tell y'all something. What y'all are asking for and what y'all actually want, you want a person that likes you times 10. You want someone who's emotionally intelligent. You want someone that stays in the house. You want somebody that's not on Instagram looking for people's pictures. You want somebody that, has money and can do what you need them to do. That's an old man. Okay? That's all. So, what are y'all really looking for? You said older men will admire you. Conversations are different and better. That's true. Y'all looking for an old man and y'all don't even realize it. Because all the stuff that you want a man to be, that's what they become when they get a little older and they got a little money. They got a little age on them. That's what they become. Everything y'all are looking for. Okay. Just letting y'all know. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't deal with your Dusty no more. It's draining you. Why Dusty spin the block after they stop talking to you? Because you're desperate enough to let them back in. Dusty spin the block because they know you're a pygmy. It boosts their ego because they broke and they have nothing else. So they come to pygmy for an ego boost. And then they go back out there, circle the block, and come back again for another ego boost. That's free. That's free ego boost from pygmy. Who wouldn't come back, darling? Y'all start charging re-entry fees to even talk or text to these guys, they will not come back. All right. Y'all secretly like them coming back because you think that validation means that they like you. They don't like you because if they liked you, they'd be paying your bills. They would have leveled up themselves for you, and they wouldn't be circling the block looking for an ego boost from their former pygmies. Okay. So y'all have to understand the difference. It's an insult when they come back, especially when they don't have no money for you. It's an insult. That's why you charge the reentry fee to even talk to them. They text you, hey, what you doing? Cash App. They'll be like, I miss you. Say how much in Cash App. And then send them your Cash App. Don't talk to them. Don't give them a free ego boost. They'll leave you alone and they'll stop coming back if it costs them money. Okay? Thank you. You said, how much is too much to lie about my past, girl? If y'all aren't going to make it to date 5, it doesn't even matter what you tell that person. You know what to tell people based on how far you think you're going to get dating. You're not an open book, or you're not your life story. You're not an audiobook. You don't need to tell nobody nothing. But what you like to eat, drink, the type of flowers you like, and whatever else you need with bills paid. That's all they need to know, baby. What you telling them your past history for? It's not how many dates have y'all even been on? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all want to tell too much too soon to people that don't care. Stop doing that. Okay? A date doesn't mean it's time to tell your life story. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. A first date, texting conversations, phone conversations, does not equate to you telling your life story. I don't know who came up with this and how stupid they were, but that's not what dating is. Dating is not telling your whole life story. All right? You say he's not listening anyway. And why are you telling it? I don't understand. Why do people always, you know what? Whenever I meet people, they're like, oh, they start telling you their whole life story. I don't care. I didn't ask you. I don't want your life story. I do not care, believe. And if I don't care, men do not care. They probably get so annoyed with women who just spew out their life story on the first date. Oh my gosh. Like, nobody asked you. Mm-hmm. What do you say when they ask you what you do at your time when you're not a receptionist job? You go and check on Aunt Ethel, make sure she's still alive and all her bills are paid. That's what you do, Bam. Okay. You go and check your tire pressure just to make sure your tires are still good, because sometimes they be acting up. That's what you tell them, ma'am. Okay. I'm telling y'all what to say, and y'all still ain't taking notes. Everything you say must eventually equal to money. What do you do for fun? Oh, I go play cards with Aunt Ethel. Get him invested in Aunt Ethel's lore. So when it's time to collect money on her behalf, he's understanding. Okay? When he says, what are you doing in your spare time? Oh, I watch videos on how to put air in my tires because my tires keep going low, and I gotta figure out how to keep them, some air in them because I can't afford new tires, right? So I'll be watching YouTube videos, DIYs on how to do ABC. You lie so that he can give you some money. That's what you do in your spare time, okay? Everything you do in your spare time is a financial obstacle put in your path that he can solve, okay? That's all you gotta do. Oh, what else do you like to do? Oh, I like to, go to the Coinstar machine and put all my pennies that Aunt Ethel gives me because I help her with her bills, and every time I go over there, she's giving me like jars of change. And so, I found some rare coins that were worth a lot of money, like some old pennies that I saved. But she's always giving me her change. And so I just go to a little Coinstar machine and get the cash out, and I bring it to her and make sure she has groceries. Yeah, Aunt Ethel, she's hilarious though. I even told her about it. That's what you're doing with your spare time, okay? You're taking care of Aunt Ethel. So guess what? You get some money later on when something happens. Okay? You understand what I'm telling you? All right. Aunt Ethel is a fictitious character that does not exist, but he don't know that. Stop trying to answer the questions for real. Understand why you're there. To get his money. Okay? What if he wants to meet Aunt Ethel? She don't like meeting people. Sorry, she doesn't like meeting people. But you can have a little moo-moo. You can do a FaceTime and have a moo-moo laying on the back of a chair in a gray wig sitting on the table and talk about Aunt Ethel's in her room. She left her wig and her moo-moo out. You can have some oldies playing in the background, talking about Aunt Ethel back there jamming. I don't know. But he don't need to meet her. Okay. It said, do I believe in luck? Does luck play a role in all the other? Girl, believe in whatever gets you some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I believe in being proactive, smart, and strategic. Okay. I would equate this. Luck is if you find a man that likes you times 10. That's part of the luck. Okay. So this is where the luck will fall in. When you bump into a man that likes you times 10. Now that's luck. Okay. That's part of it. But you gotta look good because luck will not find you and like you times 10 if you ain't looking good. So strategize everything else. Hey. You said luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. Exactly. Strategy, preparedness, a good background fake story on Aunt Ethel, and a man that likes you times 10 because you know you out of his league. And you placed yourself in that environment on purpose where you knew you was going to be the best looking thing in there. Yes. Strategy. Okay, y'all. Well, I am so glad to hear all your good success stories. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Thank you, Lauren. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do I still do witchcraft? Of course. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Every time I say sprinkle, sprinkle. Every time I put on makeup. Every time you blow out a birthday candle. Every time you light a candle. That's magic, baby. Every time you put on a piece of jewelry. Most of y'all do magic and you don't even know it. Most of y'all do witchcraft and don't even know it. Exactly. Everything y'all do. Even Christmas is a pagan holiday where you celebrate, all that kind of stuff. So everyone does witchcraft. They just don't know it. And if you're Catholic, you definitely doing witchcraft. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said glamour magic. Of course. Shoot, if you Catholic, you a witch too. Okay. He says she's a Southern Belle goddess. We are witchcraft. Exactly, girl. Hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, all of it, though. Combine it together. Catholic church, yep. Okay. You said all those candles in the Catholic church? Yeah, girl. Them nuns are the coven. All right. You need advice. You're 25 with a baby and your baby daddy pays the bills, but he's terrible with money. Should I find a different? Okay, he's not your husband. So you're 25. You could still probably do better with your life if he's not good with money. He's probably too young. This is why I say don't roll around with nothing broke. Don't roll around with nothing dusty because this is what will happen. But you definitely aren't married, so you're still single. Okay? Put him on child support if you want to and start dating other guys. He don't got to know about it. You know why? Because he's not married to you. That's not your husband. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You didn't put a ring on it. He can't afford the family he has. Are you going to wait 20 to 30 years before he can get a decent, high paying job in order to support you? Or are you going to be proactive about it? It's up to you. You're the woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you want to see your life going in a better direction? You got to choose better. Okay. Now this right here is what Dusties have a problem with. This conversation right here. You're trying to break up the family. Sir, you can't afford a family. You're going to leave anyway soon when the bills get too high. You're going to go back to your mother's house. So, women don't leave their family, men do. Okay? No one's breaking up the family but poverty mind. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So get some money. I say that to all the dusties. They say, you're breaking up family. No, your poverty is. Get some money. Stop pointing the fingers and point it back at yourself and get you some money. Nobody wants to stay with a dust and suffer. Okay, no one wants to claim dust. No one wants to stay in a dusty, suffering life. Okay, no one wants struggle love anymore. Get yourself together. Stop having babies out of wedlock. Stop having babies with dusties. Stop rolling around on a mattress with dust that can't do nothing for you. If you have a baby, great. You still have an option to do better. That is not your husband. Okay? You ain't married. You can't afford it. You can put them on child support and level yourself up and do better. Eventually, yes. We all have free will. Your boyfriend started what? He stated be more mad on started be more mad and compliment me less and be more distant with me. Okay, well, where's your other man? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's your boyfriend, not your husband, baby. Boyfriends aren't permanent. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's time to find another one or an extra one. Okay. Usually that's a sign that they got another one, so you might as well get one too. All right. Usually that's a sign they have another one, so you need to go get one too. Mm-hmm. You lied to your husband saying you was pregnant with his second baby, and you told him you will not be paying any bills. He is stressed. When do you think he'll leave you? It's been 2 weeks. Start asking him for money right now. That's when you start asking him for money. Start talking about the baby and stuff like that, and start talking about moving. You gotta act like it's real. You gotta really act like it's real. You gotta be like, okay, well, so we're gonna need a crib. We're gonna need to move to a bigger place. We're gonna need to do this. We're gonna need to do that. So what are you gonna do? You need to put more stress on him so he can leave. You trying to get rid of that dust? You got to put all the stress on him that you can. Then you need to ask for a Christmas present on top of that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Either he gonna do it or he won't. Okay, or he gonna leave. Okay. So you're not pregnant, but you're pretending to be so he can leave. So put more stress on him. How to let old man 55 to approach you, you're 23, and have a baby face. Okay. Well, you need to put on some more makeup. Makeup makes you look a little older when you're very young with a baby face. So put some makeup on. Okay. And dress classy and go hang out where old people hang out. You have two boyfriends, but this one is the principal source of income. I don't know what to do because he distant and argues more than usual. He's got another woman. Listen to what I'm telling you. You should have been saving all that money while you were with him, stacking it, or starting a business because I always tell y'all, you should have been stacking that money. I don't know what you've been doing with it. Maybe paying bills. I don't know. But the other one, you need to focus more on him and getting a third one. Since this one is becoming distant, you need to focus on a third one that has more money. Okay? Get back out there, girl. This one is about to go. This is not going to last too much longer. He's trying to get rid of you. You don't see that? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? It's time to replace. Meet some new ones. Go out. Mm-hmm. Get up and get dressed and go out. If he sees that you're trying to replace him before he replaces you, he might, he might start chasing again. But you need to get up and go out and do more things by yourself and not worry about him and just get his money. Okay? And stack it and don't do nothing done with it. Make sure you're saving it or investing it back into yourself or starting a business. Okay. Oh. You said these men hate it when you press them on important issues. Yeah. Stress them out all the way so they can leave. If you're trying to get rid of a dusty, stress them out so that they cannot do anything and they know they can't do nothing for you, so they just get out your way. If y'all in a dusty situation and you're trying to remove him, just stress him out so hard. What you gonna do? I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that he'll leave on his own. Okay. You said podcasts that tell women to date broke men clearly hate women. No, they're just trying to solve the homeless problem. They out here trying to solve the homeless problem by pawning y'all dusties, off on Pick Misha's and stuff. Not today. What man is out there telling women to date broke men? I know they don't have daughters. What do you think about men who want the women to contribute rent? Okay, they're broke. We don't deal with those aren't men. Those are incomplete human beings that don't need to be dating. Thank you, Gail. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Invest in you. Exactly. Look at them as incomplete. They're missing something. Okay. When a man needs your money, they're missing something. Something that they can't get. Okay. They're missing something. There's something missing. They're not whole. Understand what I'm telling you? When a man needs your help, you can't claim him as your man. You can claim him as a roommate and date other people, but you cannot claim them as your man. They are missing something. What are they missing? Being a provider, the one reason they were put on the earth. That's what they're missing. They're missing actual, fondness towards you. They're missing actual feelings for you. Because what happens if you get pregnant? They're going to have you clocked in at 9 months with their hand out at rent time. They don't like you. Okay. That means they want to build on your back, get their money up, live in a nice neighborhood they can't afford to live in on their own, drive the car that they can afford once you paying half their bills, so they can attract the woman that they actually want. Because they don't want you, because they wouldn't ask you to spend anything in their presence if they actually loved you or liked you. Okay. Because while you're paying half them bills, their bank account and their savings account is stacking. They're paying for other women. They're saving up for their nicer car that they wouldn't be able to save up for if you aren't paying half them bills. They're attracting more women. Oh, you live in what neighborhood? Oh, you live in what nice area? You live in what? Not understanding that there's someone over there paying the other half, but it looks like it's all them. So they're literally using your income to attract more women. So when a man comes and tells you, oh, I like a woman to build, he likes a woman who's stupid, who will build him up for the next chick. That's what he's asking you to do. And you should be appalled and insulted. And you should say, not today, sir. You go find you the Pick Misha of your dreams and have a good day. It's not me. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I want a man that's already complete. I don't want a man that wants to build on my back and have his hand out at rent time. It's very unattractive. Not a match. Goodbye. Okay? Very unattractive when a man has his hand out to a woman. Not a turn on. Go try someone else who will do anything to have any type of sort of peace of mind. Okay? It's not attractive at all. It's actually disgusting. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said first wife activities? Exactly, girl. Okay. It's literally disgusting when a man asks a woman to help him. I'm sorry, sir. You asked the wrong woman. Pygmisha, he got a question to ask you here. Barbara the Builder, come here. This man got a question for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, see, men will try to trick you. They will look all nice. They will have their hair cut and cologne on, and they'll be talking intelligently, and they'll be on a date looking in your eyes. And, I really like a woman that does half the things. I really respect that. They be trying to fool you into Barbara the Building with them. And he's like, you know what? I really would love that type of woman too if I was a man that didn't have his act together. I'm telling you, if I was a man, I'd look for a pick me too. You ain't lying, but I am not her. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and get up. Okay? I look him right back in his eye and talk in a sexy voice too. It's like, you know what? I don't blame you for wanting something like that. That sounds wonderful. And if I was a Dusty, I'd say the same stuff to a woman. Thank you. Thank you, Bree. He said, adore watching your videos on Alchemy Now. Thank you, Bree. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you, girl. Because that's all they're doing. They're trying to love bomb you and get your money from you at the same time. You can't do that. Sorry, because I'll do the same thing if I was a man. They don't work on women no more. Only pick Mishas and Barbara the Builders. Okay? Your husband just said you should start helping with the bills. I'm planning your escape now. Okay, Nikki, Sprinkle said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say? You should start paying all the bills? I agree. Bye. Good for you. That's what you tell them. Correct them. Say, no, I think you meant to say you're going to be paying all the bills. All right. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Yes, you could put the most handsomest, tall, deep voiced man with a beard in my face, and you could say, and you could make him say, I think a woman should pay half the bills, and I would laugh in his face still. I said, no, she shouldn't. You look good though, but if you're looking for a roommate, just say that. If you're looking for a Barbara the Builder, just say that. You ain't got to disguise it. Just say you're looking for a woman's back to build on, sir. Okay. I don't care what you look like. If all them bills ain't paid, you look ugly to me. Okay, you just went from a 10 to a negative 10. Okay. So these are hard lessons learned. I know. If you really think about it, if you see a handsome man and he says that to you, he's no longer handsome. He's ugly and disgusting. And why are you in my face? And go somewhere else and go find Pig Misha. Okay? He's no longer anything. Like he's just like, might as well be gay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He might as well be gay talking to a straight woman. That's literally how it is when you're broke as a man. You might as well be gay talking to me. Okay, we can't do nothing. We can't roll around on a mattress. All we can do is go out to eat. And I'll tell you, what I look for in a real man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what it's gonna be. You said you asked one if he was gay. Like, start calling him girl. Because that's what literally happens. Like when you're talking to someone and you don't see them as a potential, partner. And if you're so used to talking to women all the time, you're literally going to start calling those guys girls. I'm like, it happens by accident because you don't take them as a man. Like seriously, you're not trying to impress them. You're not trying to, be all sexy for them. You're very comfortable around them because you're not trying to, roll around on a mattress with them anytime ever. So you start calling them girl. And it happens to a lot of women, doesn't it? See? Because you don't take them seriously. So if you're it means they don't see you that way. Okay. They don't see you that way, girl. You become a girl when you ain't got no funds as a man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, get used to being disgusted when they attempt to forget who they are speaking to. Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to hide the disgust on your face as a woman when you're dealing with that type of man. So you just have to just like, my Aunt Ethel is calling me. I've got to go. But it was nice to meet you, and then call him the wrong name and leave. Oh, Gabrielle, thank you, girl. Hold on, somebody sent me a cash app. That would be me. I'm like, if it's not a match, I'm just gonna call him the wrong name and say, "Well, it's nice to meet you." Wrong name, and then exit. Okay. Then when they try to correct you, be like, "Oh, it really don't matter. We're not talking about it." Mm-hmm. Thank you, Gabrielle. She says, "Thank you for what you do." Thank you, girl. Miss Gabrielle. Appreciate you. And Miss Sherry, thank you, girl. Appreciate you too. Okay. Thank y'all for the cash apps. He said, then lose my number. Exactly. Thank you, Camilla. You're 18. You need to pay college tuition. Any advice? Uh, get a job. Ask your parents. Um, I don't know. I think a lot of times you can find somebody that's slightly older than you that will give you something, but I think you're too young to be like at 18. I think you're too young for like a real sugar daddy because you're just out of high school. You don't know the game, baby. So I feel like you just, you need to get you a job and work, maybe look cute, and maybe you could meet somebody with some money. But right now, it's kind of hard out there for them youngsters because they don't, they're still looking for love and true love and stuff. Okay. Best thing you can do is just find a job that lots of rich men frequent so they can give you the tips, baby, and possibly meet one. Okay. Work on the rich side of town or something. Find a fake mentor. Tell them like, say, oh, I'm going to school for this, and that. I just need to find a way to pay. And they'll be like, oh, that's what I went to school for. If you need any help, always find someone in the field that you want to go to school for and aim for them to be your sponsor. Because they'll help you more than the next person will who's not interested in what you're attempting to go to school for. They'll feel like an authority and a mentor and like they're doing some type of good deed for their own kind or future kind. Okay. You was 18 years old rocking politician's wallet on Capitol Hills. You was born in this lifestyle. Yeah, some women are born to do this. Some women, they still got to go through that one little phase of finding out that the world ain't what you thought it was. So, yeah, I don't know what phase she's at, so I don't want to tell her this. Yeah, there's some 18-year-olds that are mature and some that are not. So I don't know which one she is. There's some 18-year-olds that literally have the mind of a 25-year-old. So we don't know which one she is. Did safety first? That's right. Yep. Okay. We have some that were very sheltered and some that were not. So we don't know. Mm, I told a man I don't get up. Okay, Sarah says she told a man she don't get dressed up for no $8 bean juice, and he asked me to dinner. You said bean juice. I'm so proud of you. Girl, she said $8 bean juice because that's all coffee is. Burnt bean juice too. Burnt bean juice. Burnt bean grounded up bean juice. So romantic. Mhm. Well, I'm glad he asked you to dinner instead, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, Keep it real. Why are white men more generous than black millionaires? Keep it real, because a lot of black men came from poverty and they worked hard for whatever they got. And they're more stingy because they still have poverty mind and they're afraid to lose their money. Meanwhile, for generations and sometimes just by association alone, white men know how to reinvest, keep their money coming in, earn money in their sleep, and they're not afraid to invest more because they don't have a history of too many of them being super, poor and not having anything to their name. So it's a mentality. It's a poverty versus wealth mentality. So you can be rich, you can be a millionaire and still have poverty mind, darling. Okay. So it's about your thinking. New money, poverty mind equals stingy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you gotta figure it out. New mind, poverty. No, new money and poverty mind don't make a good combination, baby. Okay. You said poor whites who also become rich are commonly stingy too. Yeah. New money and poverty mind, no matter what race. New money and poverty mind do not mix, darling. And you have poverty mind even if you get rich, because if that's what you were for a long time, that's still your mentality until you change it. Okay. And those habits and that way of thinking is hard to break overnight. All right. So any race doesn't matter, but most of the time, you know. Especially if they were like the first ones in their family to make it big, they're one of their fears is probably not keeping it. So they're very careful on what they spend on because they just came out like they're their first generation out. So, but if you're the woman that they really, really want, they will spend, even if they're the first generation out, even if they are new money. You got to be the one they want though. Okay? Because they didn't do all that work to get something they don't want. They didn't do all that work to get something they don't want. So when they find the one that they actually want, they are not stingy. The ones they know that aren't it, that are just, placeholders, they're not going to spend on y'all. But when they see the one that they've been always wanting forever, and that's why they made it in life, and that's why they have their money, so they can pull the woman like that. And when she actually says, I like a man who provides, they'll be the first one to say, I got it. Because that's what they've been stingy for, the one that they want. The ones that they don't want, they're not going to spend no money on you. So either whoever you with, if they're not spending money on you, whether they're new money or old money, they don't like you. You're not the one. Okay? Because they wouldn't let you get away if you were the dream woman. Like, I just can't let her get away. This is why I get this money. But women like her, that'd be that. Okay. Mm-hmm. You said, yeah, it don't matter. Just get the money, man. If they like you, they'll give it to you. If they don't, next. Why do y'all waste time with men who not doing nothing for y'all? I don't understand. If it's to meet other men, great. If it's for a status symbol and Instagram pics, next. You still need to be dating other guys. You listened and got engaged last week. Oh, with the huge frock. I know that's right, Fra. Well, congratulations, girl. Yes. Y'all tell her congratulations. Thank you, Fra. Appreciate you. Thanks for sharing. Does spending money on us also include him buying on an expensive flight to come see us? No. Whatever they spend on you needs to be in your hand. You are supposed to benefit from whatever he's spending. Otherwise, he's spending on himself. That plane ticket ain't got your name on it unless he's bringing you some money. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say, let me brush up the calculator. Let's say this man takes you out to an expensive dinner. Let's say $500. $500. Then, he says, okay, I spent $500 on dinner. I got to go out of town. I live out of town. I met you when I was visiting. So he has to get a plane ticket to come see you. Let's say $700. I don't know where he lives. Let's just say 700. Okay, he's going to take you a dinner again. When he gets there, it's another 500. Okay, all of this money, not that much, it's not in your bank account. It's in the toilet. It's spent on his plane ticket. You don't have nothing in your account, baby. You have nothing to hold. You have nothing to invest. That's not spending money on you. That's spending money to be with you in your presence so y'all can talk. That's not anything in your pocket. Okay? So when y'all are doing these calculations, if none of that is going into your bank account, it doesn't even count. So tires, let's say $2,000, depending on what kind of car you got. Aunt Ethel's mortgage, that's $1,500. That's good. Okay. You already got double that in your bank account. You see that? You see that? Plus shopping, because you have nothing to wear on the date he's going to take you on. If it's not going into your account, if it's not going towards anything you can hold in your hand, it don't count. Okay. That's just free food, baby. So even when a man screams that he likes you very much, they show through their actions and spending. That's true, because they can say everything, but they can't do everything. They can do what they say, then maybe. He said, not even if he paid the flight, she needs the money. Yeah. I don't you know what? Let me just break it down for you. I'm going to spend money on you. Guess how? Guess how I'm going to spend money on you? I'm going to buy me a plane ticket to fly on a plane to come to you with nothing in my hand. That's what I'm going to do. Does that sound beneficial to you unless he's got some money for you, ma'am? No. Not beneficial, baby, unless you're benefiting from it financially. You said, where's the handheld calculator come from, girl? Y'all like it? It be coming in handy, don't it? You gotta add up stuff sometimes. Sometimes y'all be like, he gave me $2,000 in the last 6 months. Is he a provider? Let's see, $2,000. What is it? 6 divided by 6 times 30. 180. Okay, so 2,000 divided by 180. How much did you get paid today? Ooh, you got paid $11 a day. That's a magical number. You got $11 a day, girl. Wonderful. That's why I need the calculator. He gave me $200 every month. $200 times 12. Okay, girl, he gave you $2,400. Hold on. Yep. $2,400 a year. That's all you got out of him. I hope you didn't roll around on the mattress with that. Hope you didn't send no pics to that, baby. I hope you just responded to his good morning text and that about it. Yours gave you what? $10,000 in the last 6 months. Is he one? Let me see. Okay. Okay, you got $55 a day. Did I do that right? How many zeros you got up in there, girl? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 zeros? Okay. Well, you only got $55 a day, girl. It's still better than $11 a day. You good. Did I do that math right? He gave you $500 of his frequent flyer miles. Okay. We know to be getting them frequent flyer miles and points. It said send them screenshots of your bills. It said they do this as a humiliation ritual. Girl. Get on direct deposit and ask for twice as much as more than you need. Mm-hmm. But that's a good, that's good. $55 a day ain't too bad. Some people earn that at work. When do you break the touch barrier, first contact to flirt, or the first or second date? I need tips on how to flirt properly to keep them coming back. Okay, they're supposed to be trying to impress you financially. We ain't worried about no touch. You need to touch some money. Okay, they need to be offering you something. You need to have some problems that they need to remove financially. They need to touch them bills. Okay, sprinkle. Be mean to us, Shira. Get us ready for the holidays. Okay, free agent man. Yeah, they need to be touching some bills. Some apps to pay bills. Okay, some direct deposit links. That's what they need to be touching. That's how you flirt with them. It's like, I got something you can touch, and then pull out a bill. Touch these bills, baby. I missed your super chat. Hold on. Let me scroll. General advice for 20-year-old women in engineering school. Look good, baby. Look good and don't tell nobody you're an engineer when you get out. Date men that make more money than you. Maybe you can find a guy that owns an engineering company and date him. I don't know. Date up always. Never date down. Don't tell nobody what you do unless y'all are in the same field and he makes way more money than you. Okay? Sprinkle. That's my advice. Uh-huh. You said Aunt Ethel got scammed online? Oh, no. Poor Aunt Ethel. She be falling for all them scams all the time. We got to help her, don't we? Every month she's falling for a new scam. Poor Aunt Ethel. Anyway, what if he says call Aunt Ethel right now? Then that's when you get your Google number. You call and you have an old lady's voice on the voicemail. I can't come to the phone right now. Leave a name. This is Ethel. Leave your name, and then have it cut off right in the middle because you know how they like don't know how to use technology that well, and it just cuts off like right in the middle of her message. Make sure it sounds legit. So have the whole message cut off like right in the middle before she can finish the sentence, and do your little old lady voice. Say, Aunt Ethel is not answering. I have to go check on her. She could need me. You said, oh, she must have didn't pay her bill. Lord, I got to pay that too. All right. Okay. The wall is undefeated. What? No high. Stop talking about your mama, boy. Go tell your mother and your aunties and your grandma. Okay. They're the ones that need to hear it, baby. Well, why don't you go retire your mother? You know she's still clocking in. All right. You know, if you can't make women proud, go at least make your mama proud. At least try. Yes. Because, you know, it's hard out here for women to brag on their sons these days. It really is. So y'all need to do better out there for your mothers. Not us. We don't care. We don't want y'all. Y'all at the target. Y'all broke. But at least do make your mama proud. Okay. That's all we can ask for now. We can just send the dust back to their moms and tell them at least make your mama proud. Okay. Because y'all are not the target. Believe. All right. You said these are the men the wall. These men are the wall they speak of. They have a financial wall that they can't get past. It's called brokenness. Thank you, Vanessa. Sprinkle girl. How you doing? I told y'all, these are the type of men that peaked in high school and come out to the real world and get shot down left and right whenever and get rejected left and right because they don't have the money. Okay. What if he says, don't worry about it, be patient with getting money? Then have the roster band. That's why you have more than one. It's like, okay, let's file him under free food, under your contacts. That's free food. Okay. Free food. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Wait and be patient. Okay. Free food. I'll be patient. When I'm hungry, I'll answer the phone. If all you can do is pay for dinner, that's all you can do. That's what you're getting filed under. Contact. New number. Save. Put in name. Free. Food. Ready. Save. I'm very patient. Free food Freddy. There you go. And then go find bill paying Bob. Because free food Freddy is just pulling your string. He's like, oh, be patient with me. Yeah, free food Freddy. We understand. Time to go find bill paying Bob, baby. Okay, because free food Freddy is just making up stuff at this point. Looks is giving Zatanna the sorceress. Okay. Sprinkle. Mers. Thank you. I have on my velvet blazer, my little cute, like Chanel inspired top. I have on a pleated faux leather, like skirt. It's kind of short, but not too short. Then I have on tights and I have my little knee-high boots. Thank you. Is the Pygmisha and Barbara the Builder era backfiring? It seems so, girl. It's over. That era is over. You know what needs to happen? Pygmisha and Barbara the Builder need to start a business together. and leave the dust alone. Because you know what I'm saying? All that money they invested in that dust, they could be invested in a business and getting rich. Okay. And leveling themselves up so they don't have to deal with no dust. Okay. He said, thanks for the ideas. I'm printing out my credit card bills and putting them in my purse to pull out when the guy flirts with me. Good for you, man. Sure. Just get you a little Sharpie marker and draw lines over your address and your account number. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wonderful. He said, why are men in their 50s only want young women? Because they're going through their midlife crisis, darling. When a man hits 50, they think they got one foot in the grave. That means they need to start living the life they actually want, the life that they've worked hard for. And when they go get a young woman, they're trying to still keep their youth because they feel like they got one foot in the grave now. So instead of going gently into that good night, they go get them a young woman to make them feel young again because they know they got that one foot in the grave, like they're half of 100. So they go get the sports car, they go get the young woman, they go have the midlife crisis, and that's the best time to get money out of it. If you're not young, you need to go for 60. They're through the midlife crisis. They actually do have one foot in the grave, and they're willing to spend now more. And they're calm, more calmed, okay? So 50-year-olds, they're like, they're going through something like male menopause, basically. Okay. They got to make a decision, gray or die, shave it or have the bald spot, get the sports car or be miserable, get the young chick or be in bed by 8 with their wife with a moo. Like, they got options. So what do they choose? They choose to try to live life for the last time again. Lots of men get divorced around that age to start second families, get remarried, so the 50, late 40s and early 50s is the midlife crisis for men. You can get the most out of them, especially if you're young. Sure, how do you recommend women gain self-confidence? By looking good every day. Get up every day and make yourself look good. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look good, feel good. People treat you how you treat yourself. People treat you how you look. Basic, very easy. Okay. Very shallow, but very easy. People treat you how you look, so look good, feel good. People treat you how you treat yourself. People treat you how you look. That's how you gain confidence, by putting effort and energy into yourself and being a priority to yourself. Okay. Women really don't have midlife crises. I don't think that they do. Because women are more mature. They've already evolved past a certain point and they understand what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Men, they play around a long time. Men, they don't realize things until, a big thing happens, like a 50th birthday. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm half a century. I'm about to die. I've got to do what I need to do. Women are like, oh, I have the grandchildren and I'm going to get the beach house ready and I'm going to decorate for Christmas. They're more calm. They're more family oriented and calm. They already know their life path. They're happy with, what they've done. Men are like, in a rush to try to reverse time because it's caught up with them. And they don't realize that they've wasted a lot of it, because men waste a lot of time. And they're like, dang, I'm about to be the big 5-0. I need to rewind. Okay. I mean, that's what they do. What do you do when a guy you was with got his first apartment want to be single? Girl, let him be single, baby. Go get you an old man with a house, an estate, a deed. Y'all keep messing around with these young people, gonna get your feelings hurt. Okay. Of course he wants to be single. He got an apartment. You're the girl he dated before he had an apartment. The girl he dates after you is going to be different because he only was with you because he didn't have nowhere to live. He didn't have his own apartment. He leveled up. Now he got to level up you. You understand what I'm saying? Understand what I'm telling you? Even a little old, cheesy apartment they will level up on you. Oh, I got me an apartment now. I don't need you no more, Pig Misha. And they will discard you so that they can bring other women to the apartment who will be impressed by him having an apartment. You already seen him lower and you seen him struggle to get that apartment. You see now he wants to kick you up to the curb and bring some new fresh meat in to roll around on an air mattress he probably gonna have in his new apartment. You know what I'm saying? Air mattress alley gonna be on there rolling around with him, and you got to go start all over. So you might as well level yourself up, get cute, and go find you a man with a house. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wonderful. You said haunted house upgrade. Yeah. You said not Earl with his micro studio. Exactly. You got him a studio apartment with a TV, video game, a recliner, and an air mattress. Wonderful for him. So let him roll around with air mattress alley and go level yourself up and go find you a man with some money, girl. Okay, good for you. Air mattress. They got air mattresses. The best time to get an air mattress is right now, Dusties. You know why? Because it's the holiday season. They know family is coming in for the holidays, and they have stocked up on all the latest air mattresses. Okay, it's time to replace yours. You can take the duct tape off. Pick Misha's. Do not buy your Dusty an air mattress. This is your sign to leave. Okay. Air mattresses are for camping and out of town visitors, not for permanent sleep arrangements for dust. Okay. Mm-hmm. What? Girl, how old are you? The finest girl. You say you having a midlife crisis? Girl, how old are you? You need to take your vitamins, girl. All right. Take your Okay. Take your vitamins, man. Eat well, eat some protein, take your vitamins. Okay. Yeah. Uh, What to do if he refuses to be a provider because he believes in 50-50? What if you refuse to be with a man who's not a provider because you don't believe in 50-50? Why is his belief more important than yours? If it's 50-50, it's just as important, which means it is not a match. Okay? Why is his opinion way more than yours? What if you don't believe in 50-50? What if that's a roommate in your mind? All right. What if he's using you to build on your back because he doesn't like you? Your advice helped get what I desire. Okay, ma'am, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm so glad you're getting what you desire. But ma'am, a man that doesn't believe in 50-50 do not like you. A man that believes in 50-50 A man that believes in 50-50 does not like you. He's going to tolerate you. He's going to take your money, and he's going to build himself on your back. Do you understand what I'm saying? He don't like you. If you were his dream woman, he wouldn't dare ask you to pay for nothing. If he liked you 10 times more, he wouldn't risk losing you over no 50-50 BS, baby. So, does he like you? No, he don't. Is he roommate material? Yes, he is. You can roommate with him and date other men. That is not husband material, baby. That is roommate dust material. Do not claim that man. If you're paying for anything in your own house and a grown, able-bodied man is living there, that's not your man. That's your roommate. And you should be able to date. Because he can't provide for you. He's leaving room for someone else to step in and do his job if need be. You know what I'm saying? When you're with a man, nobody else should be able to come up to you and say, oh, you need help with your bills? Oh, you have an unexpected expense? Oh, well, let me help you, ma'am. A man should not be able to come into your face and outdo the man you living with because he can't do nothing for you. Okay? That's not your man. That's your roommate dependent. Don't claim it. That's just a dude living with you. Possibly a roommate. Not your man. Okay. That's not your man. That's a roommate. 50-50, don't claim that as your man. Okay? You know what's going to make him mad? Let me tell y'all. Use some reverse psychology on these dudes. If y'all are in a relationship going 50-50 with a man, don't claim him as your man. Just call him your roommate in front of his face. And if he gets mad about it, say, oh, well, we splitting bills. That's roommates. You ain't got no ring on my finger. That's roommates, baby. That's what them closeted DL men used to tell people back in the day when they lived together. Before it was okay to come out, they was roommates. Okay, yeah, they was rolling around on a mattress. They was splitting bills. Sound like roommates to me. If you roll around on the mattress with your roommate, wonderful. But that's not your man. That's your roommate. Okay. Sometimes it happens. You got a roommate. You got to roll around on the mattress. That don't make him your man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't claim that. Every time you claim a 50-50 man, you're claiming the 50-50. You're claiming that 50-50 energy. You're claiming a man to be less. Don't claim that. Don't claim him as your man. Okay? Never claim a 50-50 man as your man. That's just a man that lives with you that pays half the bills. It is not your man, because if he was your man, he'd be paying your bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's just a man that lives with you and pays rent. And occasionally y'all roll around on the mattress. But you should be dating other people if you're paying half the rent somewhere with grown able-bodied men in your house. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. Thank you. If you stand on those standards, either he's going to leave and go find less, or he's going to pay for everything. Okay? But see, women that are very desperate will settle for the 50-50 man because they don't feel like they can get someone better. And they will even claim him as a man. I wouldn't, if you're a 50-50 chick and you don't think you can get any better, at least don't claim that man as your man. Because at least you're leaving room for improvement or an opportunity to come your way, just in case you decide to level up, you know? So never claim a 50-50 man. Just claim him as a friend or as a roommate, but not as your man. Because he hasn't earned that right. Mm-hmm. What? Okay, let me see what she's saying over here. You said what? You got PTSD from all your trauma and they call you nervous Nelly. Girl, you need some CBD gummies. Sprinkle. You need to calm down. Mm-hmm. And look, if you deal with an older man, they talk real slow. They sleep by, 8 o'clock. They're pretty much very predictable, and they will tell you the same story over and over. So there's no surprises. Okay, you need you an old man. They don't move fast. There's no surprises there. They talk slow and tell you the same story. No surprises, baby. Wonderful. If you got PTSD, go get your old man too. You said create an Amazon holiday wish list. That'll calm you down. Yes, ma'am. I love doing that. I love adding stuff to my wish list. Like I can spend hours. It's kind of like your online shopping, but instead of putting it in your cart, you're putting it on your wish list. And you can send it out to people, send it out to your roster. You can take stuff on and put stuff, take stuff off and put new stuff on. And then you can, it's fun. I have a wish list, an Amazon wish list. I always add new stuff to it or taking stuff off that I don't even want anymore. Okay. You said you got PTSD and you dating a massage therapist. Okay, Brie, that sounds like very calming. Okay. You said what is old enough, 50, 60, 70, or Summer Walker type of vibe? Girl, depending on how fed up you are. It depends on how fed up you are. Like, how much do you want to be bothered? Like that's literally when you choose a certain age. The question in your mind is how much do you want to be bothered? The less you want to be bothered, the older you go. All right, wonderful. Okay. Mm, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hurry up. You said you try freestyling, but I just look bored. What do I do? Act like you're the main character of your life and you're there to enjoy the ambiance of the place. Whatever it is that the place is offering, that's what you're there for. You are a connoisseur of whatever you're there for. You are a person that is there to vibe with the ambiance. You are spending some me time with you. You understand? You own it. You're the main character of your life. You're not there waiting on some man to approach you. You are there living your best life ever, looking like that you live on purpose. And when a man sees that type of energy, he's going to walk over to it. Okay. So you don't look desperate. You look like you're literally enjoying your life. Period. That's that's the energy you need to give off. Okay. You need to smile, look comfortable in your skin, be appropriately dressed, appropriate hair, appropriate makeup. No baby hairs down to your eyebrows. Okay. No giant lashes. Mm-hmm. You need to whatever drink you're sipping on, or if you're in a restaurant bar or wherever you at, you need to be thoroughly enjoying every ounce of ambiance, every sip of your drink. You need to be like you're an alien from another planet and you're experiencing human life for the first time. You understand what I'm saying? Because men are attracted to a woman who loves life and is enjoying herself and doesn't need anyone in her presence. And he wants to know why you look this happy, confident, and beautiful, and able to just bring every ounce of being to your present moment. That's what they want to. That's what they want. Like will approach that, not someone that looks over their shoulder every time the door opens. That's getting off desperate. Okay. You're there because you want to be there, not for them. You're not there for them. You're there because you want to be there and enjoy your time, your space. You're happy, smiling, living your best life. Okay? That's it. That's the energy that attracts. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What? Can you explain why a 50-50 man refused advice to go get their money up? Because you're still trying to raise a grown, able-bodied man. That's not your job, man. Go find someone that already knows that they are supposed to be a provider. Y'all keep trying to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed. If they want to go 50-50, you know what they're telling you? I want to pick Misha. I want a Barbara the Builder chick. That's what they're telling you when they ask you to go 50-50. Cut it and go find better. Level yourself up so you don't have to beg a man to do better who wants to go 50-50 with you, okay? Get out of his league, okay? Go put all your energy and efforts into making yourself look out of his league and go get someone better. You know what I'm saying? Stop focusing on him and focus on you. How can I make him get his money up so I don't go 50-50? Get your looks up and replace him. He don't like you. And when you get your looks up, that's the only thing that may make him consider paying 100%. That's the only thing that may make him consider paying 100% because he's getting ready to be replaced and he knows it for a better man with more money. So either he got to do what he got to do or he got to let you go because you need to put the focus on you. Nothing you can say to him, nothing you can do is going to change his mind until you do something about this, until you do something about yourself and level yourself up out of that man's league. Because right now you look like a 50-50 chick. That's why you are a 50-50 chick. And the man that you're with is telling you you're a 50-50 chick. The only person that doesn't realize it is you. Okay? So, tough love, you got to look like a man pays all your bills. That's the first step. You got to look like the type of woman that a man is going to pay all her bills. I don't know how old your man is. Maybe you need to go find older. You don't want to put in a ton of work on yourself. Go just find someone older that has the money to be 100%. Okay? Pretty easy. You can't change a man. They have to change themselves. If they like you, they will do what you need them to do. If they don't, they're not. That's just simple. You need to start leveling up so he knows you're finna level out of his life. Bet you he'll get it together then. All right. Y'all trying to figure out everything to do to get a man to do something? Start leveling up them looks and see how quick they start moving. Okay? Mm-hmm. You never paid, though he just wasn't enough and you got tired of him not doing enough. He's young, I admit, but I always paid. Okay. Well, that's good that he always paid, but we as women are allowed to grow and want more in life. We don't have to accept what is if they're not moving fast enough for us. We got options and we can say, you know what? This was nice, but it's just not end game. You understand? Don't be your women are trained to be so loyal to men they don't even want after a certain period of time. You can outgrow your high school boyfriend, you can outgrow your college boyfriend, you can outgrow your 20-something-year-old boyfriend when they are not doing things that you consider something like where your lifestyle is headed. You can let go. You can say, you know what, thank you for being my age 20 to 23-year-old boyfriend. It was nice to know you. Good luck out there. Goodbye. And then you can go level up and get you a man that can just give you everything. You don't have to hold on to someone that can't do anything for you or your future generations. You can let that go. You can be like, thank you for being my 20-something-year-old boyfriend in my early 20s, but now I have to upgrade to, lifestyle. So it was nice to know you. Good luck. See you on social media. Bye. Okay. Then you can level yourself up. Go to the rich side of town and bag you a man with some more money that can provide for everything that you want and need right now and for your future. That's what you can go do. And you shouldn't be ashamed of it. And you shouldn't try to be loyal to someone that's going to take 20 years to get to where you need to get in 5 years. Okay? You shouldn't feel bad about that. It's your choice. You have the options. You're the woman, you're the prize. Okay? Learn to let relationships go that are no longer beneficial. Some of y'all be holding on to dust, and dust ain't trying to hold on to you. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. They want a provider and they don't know we the prize, but we know. Okay. If you're not the prize to your own mother, you're not the prize to any woman, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If your mama ain't sitting over there bragging about you to all her friends, if your mom's still clocking in and she ain't retired, either by you or your father, you can't really impress a woman because you can't even pay her bills. You can't even get her off the Walmart greeting line. Okay. So men are not the prize. Men get up every day. They put in work to impress women. We are the prize. Okay. We have the standards that you must meet. That's why you get up every day and clock in and get your money up so that your standards of living is good enough for us. Okay. You're welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle, unless you like men. I don't know. Yep. Everything you do is for us, baby. We already know. If it's not for us, then why are you here? If it's for them, it's for him, it's for you, then you shouldn't even be bothered. Okay? You shouldn't even be looking for us if it's not for us. Okay? You shouldn't be telling us about it. You shouldn't be telling us about your career. You shouldn't be telling us what kind of car you have. You shouldn't be telling us anything that has to do with anything. You should only be able to impress us with your intellect. And if you can't do that, that's when you need the money, which is why y'all need the money, because y'all don't have anything to impress us with anymore. So who's the prize? All the money is the prize, not you. If you think you're the prize, it's literally your money. Take your money away. Are you the prize then? Nope. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Take a woman's money away. Is she the prize? Yep. So who's the prize? The woman. Because if you take your money away, you just the dust. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your money is the prize. That's why you get up and go work for it every day. So you will give it to us because you want us as the prize. You go get the prize to get a bigger prize, which is the woman. Okay? And we take your money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's just the truth. Y'all know it. All right. But if it makes you, if it allows you to sleep better at night, you can say you the prize to yourself in the mirror. We don't care what you say to yourself, as long as you know the truth when you come over here. All right. That's the truth. Yep. If you have no money as a man, you're just the dust, not the prize. Okay. So go get some money. And I'm not really trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be honest. The money is the prize, not the man. And the man brings the money to the woman, which is the bigger prize. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Men have nothing to offer except for money. That's right. So get the money, man. How to react. Okay, so here's the thing about men. I've noticed the new men, not the older men, but the new men, they want to be correct. They want to be right. They want to be noticed. They want to be held high. I understand that. The best way to do that is to go get some money. All right. Believe me, the most talked about men have the money. So if you want to be recognized, you want to be all that, go get some money. That's all you gotta do. That's it. And spend it on the woman. That's what it's for. Here you go. Think about this. If you go out and get a bunch of money and you go around a woman, oh my gosh, I'm so rich. I have all this money. Look what I bought for myself. Look what I can do for myself. Look what I can do for myself. Okay, sir. What can you do for me? Oh, I believe in 50-50, and I don't give women money. Okay. Well, do you give men money? No. Okay. Well, you give yourself money and you make money for yourself. Okay. That sounds interesting. Well, good luck with that. you know, not impressed, but it was nice talking to you. Okay. hmm Now, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something, guys. If I were a man and I was reduced to only being valuable if I had money, so if I was a man and everything in my life was based on how much money I had by, how much my self-worth is going to be, I would go get some money. I would go get a lot of money if I was a man because that's what you're measured by. So, knowing that from a young age, if you're a man, that's what you need to be focused on. You're not measured by your woman because if your woman isn't happy and she's struggling and that's all you have and you don't have no money, then it looks like you struggling. Your woman look like she's struggling, it look like you struggling, you know? So if you go get some money, you become a provider for your woman and your family, and they look nice and they look well taken care of, you look like you're very successful if you have a successful, uh, looking, well put together family that you can afford. So people will measure you based on how you can take care of your family, how you take care of your woman, not how you take care of yourself. Okay. Anybody can be successful if they don't have anything else to pay for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like some of y'all be like, oh, I think I met a provider and he's got money, girl. He's only got one person to pay for. And when it comes to giving you something, he's stingy. So anybody that has a decent job can look like they have money. But do they have it to spend, spare, invest? And do they have it for your future? Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do ugly men get mad when women only want them for their money? They have nothing else to offer. You got to give the ugly men false hope. You got to tell them, oh, you remind me of my boyfriend in high school. Even though your boyfriend in high school looked nothing like that, they think they got some type of special advantage. Your boyfriend in high school might have been ugly too, but it's the sentimental value that you're putting on them. When things are ugly, you can put sentimental value on them. Fake sentimental value. So you put some fake sentimental value on them, girl, you good to go. You could say your boyfriend died or something, girl. Like, oh my gosh, you remind me of my boyfriend from high school. He's no longer with us. Oh my gosh, you look just like him, but you're a little bit better looking. That way you used to ugly and you actually like ugly. And the money is the added bonus. So give your past some fake lore, a fake ugly boyfriend that has passed away. So he'll have some, false security. A false sense of security here. You don't know the difference. All right. Y'all know people have to do that same thing with these rappers all the time. Some of these dudes out here looking like who did it and why. You know, these girls got the makeups up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said how to get a car sooner. He already agreed to it. Tell him, you know what? Let's go for a drive. Okay. Go this way. Go this way. Turn in here. And then make sure he turns into the car dealership. You know, it's the end of the year. Everybody's trying to get rid of the old cars so they don't have to pay taxes on them. So this is the best time to buy a car. Let's go test drive one. You get them to the dealership. You get them in the dealership. Okay. If y'all are out and about together, offer to drive and then drive straight up to that dealership. Or if he follows directions and you tell him to turn here and turn there and he does it without asking a question, so be it. But you get him there. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all if y'all have joined the Patreon. If you joined tier 2 and up, you can message me and I'll write you back. If you join the VIP mail out tier, you'll have a chance to be invited to a future virtual meet and greet, which may happen in the next few weeks. So definitely join. The link is in the description bar. Okay. And I'll link it again here. My Patreon is Shira 7 Journaling Group. So there it is. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.